I didn't mean to marry him, I swear, by silver shadows. First and last chapter. It was a lonely evening in Ponyville. The main six were hanging out in Princess Twilight's castle to have a slumber party, and with it, fun. Much to Twilight's delight, Twilight rarely had slumber parties, nor saw her friends as often anymore. All six of them were too busy living their lives as who they were meant to be, although they hung out as often as possible. Rarely did all six of them meet unless there was some threat. Pinky, the party planner, was in charge of planning the games they would play. Applejack was in charge of creating dinner for all six of them. Rarity created lovely decorations for the castle and celebration. Rainbow Dash had made sure it was going to be a clear sky that night, which had taken some approval from the new weather manager, as it was supposed to be raining. They had only decided to allow clear skies, lest Rainbow decided to attack them, something she looked like she was planning to do according to her facial expression. Fluttershy left all her critters with enough food for the night. Twilight made sure that no pony else was in the castle, not wanting anything to disturb their time together. She easily persuaded Starlight to have a sleepover with Trixie, and Spike to have guys' night with Discord and Big Mac. Twilight looked at all her friends and gave them a smile.
Thank you for putting this much effort. It wasn't necessary. I would have enjoyed it even if we went on a picnic or just sat down and spoke to one another. Sugar Cube,
Applejack began.
we've been planning this for months with you. Besides, once in a while ain't much.
Rarity nodded in agreement. Sorry, it's been a while since. We do love being here with you. You seem awfully busy with your duties these days. You do need some more spa days to relax, darling. Rainbow rolled her magenta eyes.
Enough of the boring sappy stuff. Pinky, what's the first activity?
Pinky bounced up and down.
Classical. Hold on. Classical, good old truth or dare. I'll go first. But first,
Pinky said with a dead seriousness in her voice.
I want all of us to pinky promise that we will answer any question with oh my gosh, why did I go Australian? With absolute honesty and do any dare that is within our power. Damn it, why am I going Australian?
All six of them, Pinky promised, although five of them knew that the sixth was being overdramatic with the game. She looked all of them, one by one, pretending to think very hard on who to choose.
Who to choose? Toy Sparkle!
Pinky shouted suddenly.
Truth or dare?
Rolling her eyes once more, Rainbow said,
She's gonna choose truth again.
Applejack shot her a quick glare, warning her to not ruin the game they were playing. Rainbow protested.
But it's true. She always chooses dare.
Truth.
Twilight replied after getting slightly annoyed with Rainbow.
Dare.
Then a logical part of her mind started to function again, and she realized that she had chosen Dare from Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie pulled out an egg from her mane.
Excellent.
She cracked it open, and a strip of paper fell out. Pinkie quickly read the paper before managing to put the paper back into the egg. The egg reattached itself and disappeared into her mane. Twilight raised an eyebrow.
What's in that paper?
Well, Rainbow and I came up with a super duper dare just in case you check. By the way, Rainbow, you owe me 5 bits and Twilight chose dare.
Rainbow groaned and hoofed the bits over. Pinkie put the bits in her mane as well.
Twilight Sparkle, I, Pinkie Pie, dare you to get the reject box of letters, choose one without looking, and do whatever the letters say.
Twilight gaped.
What? But I clearly rejected them for a reason.
The dare. Unless you're going to brag at Pinky Promise.
Pinky said with a clear mischief and a hint of warning. Delacorn knew that she didn't have a choice. Facing Pinkie Pie's wrath was worse than any possible thing she could ever agree with. She teleported the reject box from her work table and made it pop up on the table. Pinkie decided to mix the reject letters really quickly with one of her hosts, while one of the other hosts blindfolded Twilight with a napkin found on the table. Afterwards, Twilight chose a random letter with her hoof and took the blindfold off. Pinkie snatched it from her.
Let's see what Twilight is going to accept.
She read the letter. Dear Twilight Sparkle,
Dear Twilight Sparkle,
it is within my firm beliefs that we are bound by the stars to become married. I asked one of my servants, and they all agreed willingly, that we are destined to be together and live happily. I would prefer to live in your castle, so we won't need to see those other annoying princesses. Twilight, you are my stars, and your hero with clearly plenty of fame. I'm more famous. We are fated to be together, married under the dazzling stars. We will share fame together, and since we're both royalty, we'll have many servants. I'm also the best, so you should marry me in a week. Accept this, we're meant to be. Love, Prince Blue Blood. Pinkie looked up to see every pony else blanched.
what? This is going to be so fun. Prince Blue Blood and Twilight are going to be married.
Twilight gulped.
I'll deliver the letter.
Pinky?
I'll deliver the letter.
Pinkie said with a huge smile and failing to notice every pony else still gaping at the letter. She ran off and returned in an hour. Pinkie gave another huge smile to the still gaping ponies.
Prince Blue Blood is super delighted, although he was being a bit of a meanie. He'll cheer up soon.
Twilight shook her head rapidly.
Pinky, please go back and tell him that I didn't mean to accept the letter.
Pinkie began singing, not paying her any attention.
Twilight Sparkle's getting married.
And they lived happily ever after. The end.